doorbell at Jimmy's house. Now, when you come to my house, my doorbell sounds like this.
Hey, welcome to the People's Weekly on People's Radio United. We're pretty much starting our time today, so we're throwing everybody off.
Surprise!
What's up, Glenn?
Not much. Baking in the heat in Canada for a change.
You know, I'm sitting in my car sweltering right now because Serena Shim's family's here, and we're we're at these gardens right now, but I can't take it's a quiet Hindu garden place we're at, so I can't go in with my computer and headphones and make a lot of noise. So it's probably gonna sound shitty. I'm tethering from my phone. I'm in a parking lot full of cars and stuff, dripping wet in the heat. Because no, I don't have air conditioning.
Uses too much gas anyway.
I mean, I have air conditioning. It just doesn't seem to work right now. So that's that.
Fuck it.
Yeah. So if the show's short and it starts on time, don't get used to that shit. So,
special edition.
Yeah. So what's going on with the view up here? Is going to be on vacation? Is that what's happening?
I got one more show before before the break. And for anybody who knows Canadian women's rights, Julie Lalonde will be the guest for the second time. Going to talk about the co-opting of the feminist movement.
Wow.
So there.
Every movement gets co-opted. It's some bullshit, man.
I know it does, but we're going to talk about it, It
That's
happens. People know it, but you're not supposed to talk about it.
I know. It's good to talk about it because people need to stop co-opting movements. Sometimes they're co-opted by people that we think are righteous that aren't.
Funny how that works.
Egomaniacs and shit. But anyway. Today, pretty much, we're going to be talking about Nazis and the Nazi shit they do. And all the rallies coming up and the ones that happened already. We're supposedly going to have people in D.C. tomorrow calling in, but now we're hearing there's something going on with the illness or something, so I'm not sure what's going on with it. It's going to kind of be, if we broadcast, we broadcast. If not, we don't. If I was anybody here, I'd check with Wolf Group, follow at Wolf Group, and the hashtag optimistic terrorism, because I know for a fact they're going to be putting up all kinds of streams from everything going on tomorrow. So, Wolf Group, is that what it is? Wolf Group HQ or Wolf Group? I'm going to look right now on Twitter and let you guys know. Give me a second.
No,
everything's slow because I'm tethered.
I'm not even sure.
It's Old and Nani Info. Yeah, it's at Wolf Group HQ. So yeah, follow at Wolf Group HQ tomorrow. Follow Anani Info and the hashtag optimistic terrorism or the hashtag Wolf Group. Either way, those are the online Nazi basher motherfuckers that you should be following anyway. So definitely do that, and even if we do the broadcast, it's gonna go through them anyway. They'll spread it anyway. So following them is the best thing to do. They'll never follow me.
That's a tip. You're giving a tip.
Yeah.
All right.
I had 600 people or something unfollow me, but I was going mad crazy with unfollows. I even sent some DMs to people telling them to unfollow me from your main account and all your socks. I just got tired of the bullshit. Some of those very people support these Nazis and claim to be anonymous. So, fuck them. If I unfollowed you, fuck you. Okay. And please unfollow me back because I'm tired of having to block and unblock people to make them unfollow me. That's just a hassle.
Soft block.
Yeah. Last week, small groups of Nazis went to Portland and Berkley inciting violence. They were vastly outnumbered by anti-fascist counter-protesters, but as usual, The police protected the Nazis by any and all means necessary, violently attacking protesters, using pepperballs, flashbangs, and military-style force against the community to protect the fascists. Did you see those videos, Glenn? What was going on, especially in Berkeley, I think?
Well, most of Portland I watched live, and the cops. What?
No, I wasn't muted. I'm sorry. I was like,
yeah. So I mean, when that Portland cop shot that flashbang and hit that dude in the helmet, that was live on the stream I was watching, and it was no more than 20 feet. And we've seen what happened. I mean, the shell was embedded in the dude's helmet. And yeah, the cops thought it was funny. And this is against people who came there basically unarmed at all, compared to the alt-right, who were there with shields and flagpoles and sticks and all kinds of shit.
Wait. To be fair, both the police and the alt-right say they suspect that anti-fascists brought all those racist, embroidered, used-up weapons that they were carrying, that the Nazis were carrying in their hands, and planted it there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so just because you've seen the Nazis coming with weapons doesn't mean those are really their weapons. They were planted there by anti-fascists, according to these pigs and these Nazis. But, as usual, fake news.
If that's true, I think they just told everybody we're very easily hypnotized, if that's true. So that would make sense on that front. Yeah, that sounds like a QAnon theory right there.
Man, come on, dude. I seen those same bats in people's hands before they took them. Like, they're so full of shit. And the fact the police back up that story makes me sick.
Well, of course they will, because they acted upon the anti-fascists, so they'll pin anything they can on them. It doesn't need to be true. It's just, we beat the shit out of those people for no apparent reason, so this is our excuse. This press conference is over.
Yeah, Stuart's in the chat, and somehow Judy's in the chat, but she's in the garden over here. Why is she not enjoying the garden? Whatever.
Well, then I should get in the chat then.
And Patty's in the chat, PM Beers.
Is it tweeted? No.
I'm behind today. I really slept. Having a blast. Shoot, I'm trying to tweet it right next to speed.
There it is. I see it.
It's going to take a minute. Like I said, I'm tethering from my phone.
That's all right. Now, as far as what else I saw in Portland, I mean, I kept flipping back between two streams. One basically marching with the police line, and one was back by the tough guy Nazis being attacked. And the cop would rush a group that happened. These idiots would break out in the tent of USA.
Oh, yeah, you had cats with swastikas and every kind of racist thing you can cheering the cops on as the cops attacked the community. All they want to do is run Nazis out of their fucking town. Like, is that really too much to ask?
And these guys were chanting USA. So
all these brainwashed. They're fucking idiots. They only know the chants they do at the Trump rallies, man. Nazi rallies and Trump rallies are kind of the same. Chant some bullshit.
This is what I mean, though. You know? I mean, these people, think of, all these so-called constitutional people in the U.S. They always like to say, well, imagine if the founding fathers came back today. Well, I'll tell you what. If John Adams and Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson would have saw that shit, cops attacking the unarmed, they would have went ballistic. So
I'm not so sure. They were pretty racist, those bastards too. Like, I think they wanted a white society, so they see them attacking maybe some non-white people, they probably be like, holy hell, this whole country's fucked.
But they would not have forces of the state protecting the fascists. There's no fucking way.
Some of them themselves were fascists. I don't know. You know me. I don't like.
Well, they are now. Yeah.
Piece of shit fathers.
This is what's happened.
I mean, Jefferson raped children and owned slaves. Jackson killed more Native people and destroyed, genocide, committed genocide. These people are terrible fucking people. I mean,
well, I'm not necessarily referring to the people. I'm referring to the icon. And these are supposedly the men who wrote this fantastic Constitution. Well, it might help if somebody fucking followed it once in a while. That's all I'm saying.
I'll tell you who would have been pissed. Frederick Douglass. But we will never know because he hasn't been tweeting about it lately.
Very fine, man.
Oh, they're still on the subversive chalk in the Twitter. Oh, man.
Okay, well, did you see much from Berkeley? I didn't.
Yeah, some people went there. They said there's a couple of stuff. It wasn't like. I mean, I guess from what I heard, because I went to the Occupy camp and they had a bunch of them and went to Berkeley the night before. They asked me to go, and then I said, "Who's going?" And it seemed like a bunch of peaceful people. So I was like, probably not.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it depends on the numbers how they're going to act and how the police. Like the fascists come ready for war. Some anti-fascists have to come ready for war because they're you know what I mean? It's defense. So then you got the police that always, regardless, never ever do anything but protect the fascists. And I'm saying, we've said this before for years and years and years. That's what I've seen. 15 years ago, police were protecting fascists. Yesterday, police are protecting fascists. Tomorrow, DC. I'm scared about DC because a lot of people are saying, oh, I guess we're moving on quick, but real quick, but a lot of people are saying, oh, the fascists won't be able to do anything because they'll break federal laws and get federal crimes. And I'm like, no, you know what's going to happen? They're going to be able to do whatever the fuck they want. And the people fighting them, those are the people that they're going to charge. Just like J20, just like everything else is bullshit, dude. They always, the pigs will always back the fascists no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean,
and we look at the end result, the J20 now, and what was it? 4 convictions, or what? 500 and some charges.
Those people should have never been in jail, though, man.
Well, I know that.
I mean,
but
if you're going around bashing Nazis, that's a beautiful thing. You should be like rewarded for that. You should get a little medal. Like they should give you rewards for every Nazi you knock the fuck out or kill. But instead, they're gonna beat your ass and try to jail you.
Yeah, well, let's stay.
These are fucking pieces of shit, dude. They shouldn't be allowed to even be feeling safe. But they got this punk ass president. They got this punk ass government on their side. And they always really have, dude. But it's sickening now. They're just so emboldened now. Fuck them.
Let's not encourage this awards-based system because they'll catch on to it real fast.
No, I'm just saying, well, beating a Nazi's ass is a noble act. You shouldn't be arrested or even harassed by police for that. That should just be something that should be your right. Bashing Nazis should be like every citizen of any nation's right.
But it's a reactive crime. The optimum solution would be not to have Nazis.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're scared. They're like, oh, they're bashing fascists out here. Where does it stop? Because police are fascist, our government's fascist. You know what I mean? They're like, we're next. If they get all these low-level Nazis and come after the big-level Nazis, and that's what scares them. And I think people should do that. Go after every fascist. Doesn't matter what fucking branch of the government they're in, or if they're just some inbred Jeds, coming to Portland or Berkeley or DC. Fuck them up. Them fuckers should never feel safe. They should watch their back 24/7, worried if they're going to get killed, lose their jobs, get their ass whooped. They should be having to hide with their curtains closed, not living in, any under someone else's name. It should be miserable for them, but for some reason it's just not.
Well, anybody who watched on Tuesday Frontline and ProPublica's report, the first one in their series on hate in America, and it was specifically about Charlottesville last year. And the connections are pretty clear. I mean, it's the same small group of neo-fascists who are coordinating all this shit, flying around the country, getting to every event, pushing their specific sect of the new fascism movement, and they can be found out, and they can pay the price. Because you remember that guy who was a doctorate student and he was working for Northrop Grumman? And then as soon that it was this investigation that did that, and they showed that in the show. So, you know, shit is happening, but not enough of it.
We need more anti-fascists in the street. We need more Nazi-bashing motherfuckers, and we need more people to get with optimistic terrorism and Wolf Group HQ, at Wolf Group HQ, by the way, on Twitter. Follow them tomorrow. Follow them forever. Help them with whatever you can. Follow the optimistic terrorism hashtag. I'm going to say that 20 more times a day. But, yeah, dude, one of these punk-ass Nazis was saying, oh, my God, don't go because your life will be ruined. You'll lose your job. You get kicked out of school. That's what should happen.
That's the idea.
That's what should happen. That's the good side. He's lucky he's not dead.
Exactly. That's the idea. That's probably why you should not do it, you know? And I mean, these fuckers want to talk about liberty? That's liberty.
Dude, a Nazi got people's radio suspended for 12 hours, and he was bragging like he did some shit, but he blocked me on all the other accounts. And I'm like, 12 hours, like it's something new for me? I've been fucking had accounts suspended forever. I've had fucking, fuck you, what's 12 hours? It doesn't even faze me. And if you took the whole account down, I still wouldn't give a shit. Because fuck a Nazi, dude. That's the realest shit I could say. I don't give a shit.
But that's just it. This is the problem with it being normalized into the mainstream more by Trump, is that these people who don't know fuck all think they can just get on the bandwagon and they're cool and they know what they're doing. And
they cool on Twitter because they can hide their little identity. See them in the street, they a whole nother person. They're hiding and cowering behind the police.
Well, like, yeah.
Even their base stickman hero is cowering behind the fucking police, wouldn't come across the fucking street to get his ass whooped. And it wouldn't look like Berkeley there. It would have looked like a rat pack on his bitch ass.
You mean based fuckstick?
Yeah, based fuckstick, whatever his name is. The arch criminal who fucking is a home invasion burglar and a thief and a robber and everything else, but he's their hero. Fuck him. Look at his criminal history. Look at your hero's criminal history, you Nazi scum, before you ever say shit about a victim of police brutality that happens to be black or Latino. You got to look at your own people, those thug motherfuckers first, those white thug motherfuckers that you worship. Fuck them all. They all got criminal histories for crazy ass shit, dude. But they're not thugs, and the police protect them in these cats' mind. What kind of shit is that?
Right. In their mind, exactly. Well, I'm just looking over what was written here. Yeah, talk about last year in Charlottesville. The rally was an excuse to spread hate, terrorize the community of Charlottesville.
Yeah, I mean, they called a state of emergency today or tomorrow in Charlottesville, right?
Yep. These
fuckers are online. Okay, let's go back to the projectile in the helmet, the gas canister. These pieces of shit have that in the middle, and they have two L's on the side, so it says LOL. They don't give a shit, dude. They're fucking vicious. They're fucking violent. I mean, that's what Nazis are, I guess. They need to be exterminated, man. They need to be wiped out. They need to be fucking in fear. I don't know how many times I could say that. People, get your asses out there. Make posters. Go find out where they live. And tell everybody, like, your neighbors are Nazis.
As far as Canada goes, there is a small group in Calgary, Alberta, called WCAI.
I was looking at that on your tweets yesterday. Yeah, that's crazy.
The World Coalition Against Islam. In their hometown, they've had rallies. There's like 10 of them, scared shitless, in front of City Hall, facing about 2,000 people. So, but, it's Canada. Nobody, Nobody started attacking because we just don't have the same shit in the oxygen up here that you do in the U.S. But these guys were going to go to Toronto and have a rally there in front of City Hall. And it was supposed to be this weekend. And they've suddenly postponed because they're pissed off that so many people from Canada will be going to D.C. So, nice try. Cool story, bro. The bottom line is, you've probably looked at the history of far-right rallies in Toronto. It's usually the anti-demonstrators outnumber the demonstrators anywhere from 40-1 to 100-1. So, yeah, I wonder why you guys changed your mind.
I wonder why these fucking... I've invited them so many times to Watts. Please come to Watts, Nazis. We'd love to have you there. I cordially invited them to Watts. They never fucking show up. Why do you think that is? They're so brave online. I mean, if you hate black people and Latinos so much, why not go to where they are and tell them what scum they are? And then you can find out what happens when you do that. in a place that the police don't really want to go to.
Well, that's just it, though. If they kept to the same methods, the fucking SWAT team would be out in front of them when they came.
No, they need to come unannounced. Just show up one day with their swastika flags.
No.
Do it. If they're so tough and they care so much, show up. Anytime you Nazis come to Watts, just show up. Bring your swastika flags. You're more than welcome anytime.
And your Confederate flags.
Any flags, any racist flags you want. Just come out spewing the most racist shit you want. I'm not guaranteeing you'll ever make it home again, but it'll be beautiful watching you get fucked up. Where all your little Trump hats and shit? Come down to Watts.
Yeah, well, we're moving on to Charlottesville.
Nancy's in here now. Hi, Nancy. Okay, yeah, let's go. Yeah, like I said, we're going to make the show a little short today because
you're busy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, Serena Shim's family is here, and they're here for just a short time, so I'm trying to spend as much time as I can with them.
Yeah, we get it. Getting back to Charlottesville, there was another segment of the episode that Frontline and ProPublica put together that was specifically on Heather Heyer, and talked to her friends and her mother and stuff. It just demonstrated how ridiculous all this rabble-rousing is, because there's no better definition of a senseless death than what happened to Heather Heyer.
Yeah, they're still thinking about that. They don't feel bad that they killed her. They're happy that terrorist attack happened. And once again, I have to say, Fox News, Tucker Carlson, the Daily Caller, all these motherfuckers were, just before that happened, were hailing, just run over protesters. Do some ISIS-style shit because we hate ISIS so much we want to mimic them. That's what these Nazis were saying, basically. And then it happens, they pull everything down. They caused the shit, dude. They put them ideas in that dude's head. It's okay to run down and kill protesters that are against your Nazi values. And you got like Adam Wolf, you got all these sick-ass groups of terrorists that quote-unquote hate Muslims, but Muslims aren't terrorists. I never met a Muslim terrorist. I know lots of Muslims. The whole thing is, ISIS is terrorist. Like you said, I never met a Christian terrorist. KKK is terrorist. Nazis are terrorists. I don't like the religions, but you can't say every religious person is going to be a terrorist. You know what I mean?
No, you can't, because it involves people.
Yeah.
Also on the Frontline ProPublica show, they did identify and give little histories on all the different bigger groups in the U.S. Adam Waffen, Hammerskins, they went into it. They explained it. They also showed how this movement that exists now, all its leadership came from the prison system. Yeah,
Yeah, that's where the Nazis have the most power.
Yep.
And it's always been like that.
Yeah, AB rules the fucking joint, man.
Yeah, they don't come to LA hard, and I'm wondering how many of them are going to show up in DC. What, another 400 or 500, if that?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, look at all the buses that were used in Portland and Berkeley. You know, I mean, this is just part of it now. So,
see, people should be on these bus companies trying to, make sure they don't get any more business. Any business that accommodates a Nazi, we need to boycott that shit. We need to shame that shit. We need to make sure that business goes out of business.
Yep.
Like, you should never, even Home Depot, a big giant corporation that doesn't give a fuck about anything, put a sign up like, these tiki torches aren't for Nazis. Use them for barbecues and shit. If you're a Nazi scum, fuck you. You can't have a tiki torch or some shit. I mean, is it really that hard to not serve Nazis?
Well, again, I'd like to say for the people who believe in the Constitution, for real, a boycott is one of the most effective and constitutionally things you can do to get back in an economic sense. It's great tactics if people all do it.
Because businesses' whole purpose is to make a profit for their shareholders and CEOs and investors and fuck their workers over any way possible to make that money. So if everyone's like, hey, you serve Nazis, we're not fucking ever using your service. We're going to tell everyone that you serve Nazis and they're not going to use your service. They're losing money. And if money's all they care about, they better stop, or else they're going to go out of business. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah,
it's that fucking simple.
But that's exactly why every social media platform, except Twitter, told Alex Jones and InfoWars to go pound sand. Because it's a question of money now. The cost is too high for what he brings in. So, see you later.
There's a bunch of other whack jobs out there that just don't act as crazy. They're not so theatrical.
Well, they'll just fill the void now. We know that. I mean, first it was Glenn Beck, then it was Alex Jones. Before that it was Limbaugh. Who's next?
I think the Young Turks are kind of moving that way pretty quickly.
Oh, God.
I mean, I watched 2 clips from the same show the other day where they both, it's a game now, it's a formula. Like, one of them has to oppose what the other one says and go back and forth. It's like every time. Because they got that 20 million, so they sold out 100%. But the thing about it is, what's her name? Cenk and Anna, right? The first one, he was talking about Trump supporters aren't that bad. They just don't have the information. And she was arguing ruthlessly with him. And I'm like, she's right on. Then the very next clip, they switched. She was arguing, Trump supporters don't have any other. He was like, yes, they do. Yes, I'm like, whoa. Didn't they remember who was supposed to say what? Like, how do you switch your position in the same show that quickly?
I call that infotainment.
Yeah, but the whole thing was they were trying to make you feel sympathy, like these people aren't that bad. They're just uninformed. And some of them might be that bad, but most of them just don't know. If they don't know, that's on them. That's their problem. That's not our problem to inform a motherfucker of some shit he could be informed about very, very simply, Well,
I don't even think it's a matter of not finding out. It's people, especially the low information voter, tends to take in the 5-second clips that they see with their eyes, and if it agrees with the way they think, then yeah, right on. That's it. That's the truth. That's how people make decisions these days.
Yeah, it's just it's on them, man. I don't have any sympathy for them. I have none. I mean, because to even support that motherfucker right now, you got to support racism. There's no way in hell anyone can honestly say that Trump isn't racist. Extremely racist. You know what I mean? So if you support a racist, what does that make you, Blaine?
A racist.
Exactly. People need to realize, don't call us racist. Fuck you, you're a racist.
Well, I mean, I have seen a quote a couple times on Twitter in the last couple days, and it said there is a saying in Germany: if you have one Nazi sitting with 10 other men, you have 11 Nazis.
And it only takes 11 bullets to get rid of 11 Nazis.
But But, I mean, that just demonstrates it. It can be 1 out of 11 at a table. But if the other 10 are sitting there and, having a social setting, what's that say? What the fuck does matter to you? That's okay?
Means grab a chainsaw, pull the cable, and rush them. Do some vicious shit. They Nazis. Like, scare the shit out of them. You might get a limb off or something before they all run away.
Now we're getting into Romero movies here.
I mean, these people are terrorists. They murder people. They go like even a small little group. When we were outnumbered in L.A. before the big groups came, by the time they pulled a taser and those sticks on some people, the police came. Police didn't say anything. The police just walked over, basically talked to them for a while. No hands on guns, and these cats had weapons.
Yeah,
I had 2 cameras in my hand. I had weapons pulled on me. The police didn't seem to give a shit. What they told them was, you got to go put the weapons away, then you can come back. So you know what they did? They walked across the street and went to another area with the weapons, and the police just walked over and protected them from everybody because everyone started coming. Didn't even force them. Dude, you know what happened if we would have had some weapons? What if I had a taser or a stick?
Yeah.
It would have been over with, man. I would have been cuffed up. I would have been held in a cage until they left if they didn't give me more charges. It's fucking bullshit, man. Yep. You cannot let Nazis do whatever the fuck they want just because they support the police. Like, if that's the case, then you need to get rid of these Nazi-ass cops and get some motherfucking... I don't want any cops, but if you have to have them, get some motherfuckers that's here to protect and serve. We'll help kids cross the street and get home from school. And then if somebody has a gun and goes crazy, then we'll pull our guns. Like, we don't need these police policing every fucking thing in our lives, and we definitely don't need them protecting fascists with our tax dollars every fucking time these motherfuckers come out. Because eventually, the police are going to get outnumbered, the police are going to get attacked. That shit's coming. And you know what's going to happen is I'll be crying, they're vicious, they attack the police, they don't care for anything. No, they attacked a bunch of fascists protecting fascists. And they got tired of the state doing that shit on their tax dollars, and they said, fuck whoever's in front of these Nazis, we going through them. And it just so happened to be them pigs. Whatever. That day's coming, man. And people need to realize why that shit's going to happen. Because these pigs shamelessly, every fucking time protect these Nazis. And they'll look you in your face with a billy club and a shield and be like, we're here to protect you.
Yeah.
But you're facing me. You're protecting me. Face my enemy. Doesn't that make sense? You don't face the people you're protecting. Like, if you and me are walking, Glenn, and somebody tries to attack you, I'm going to turn and face you? Kind of say, I'm protecting you. No. You're protecting the guy that's attacking me. It just doesn't make sense. And then they always use that stupid level. Believe what you want. I'm believing what I'm seeing you do, motherfucker.
Or the believe what you want is Dunning-Kruger. Fucking trained into him. Here's my statement. Citizen says no. Okay, I double down on my statement. Here's
another thing. Another thing. What was it? A couple of days ago, I seen this post by some pig. I don't remember where it was, but he said, I witnessed a bunch of white anti-fascists attack a group of black and brown people. That's how it started. Then he went on to say that these black and brown people were a black and brown police force that doesn't exist in that area. So he made this shit up. And he was a cop, I guess, said this. And they were vicious. And I'm thinking, like, you motherfuckers are cops. You're fascist. Black and brown went away when you put that badge on. You became a white supremacist. I don't think they get that.
Yep.
Like a motherfucker with a red MAGA hat. I don't give a fuck if you black, brown, green, blue, or red. You a piece of fucking shit. And I'm going to knock you the fuck out just like any other Nazi around you. I don't give a fuck what color you are. It's not racist. It's fucking anti-fascist. I mean, look. ISIS is fascist just like the Nazis are fascist. Why would you attack one and not the other? They should be bombing them motherfucking houses of Adamwaffen just like they would an ISIS house. Raiding that shit. Doing whatever the fuck they got to do. Treat them the same. A terrorist is a terrorist, dude. Give a fuck what religion you have. I don't give a fuck what your indoctrination is. You want to kill innocent people to prove your point, you're a terrorist. You can't say the white ones are cool and the dark ones are bad. Fuck you. Shit pisses me the fuck off. To no end. Oh, people are chatting about stuff. I don't know what they're saying.
It's just chit chat.
Oh, they're just talking about what we're saying. Yeah, right on.
Well, if you got any Occupy ICE updates, we can shut her down if you want.
Yeah, like I said, we're doing a short show today for anyone that's coming in because I have visitors, and I need to spend time with them rather than be talking to you guys who can hear me every goddamn week. And I'm not that, without Glenn, I'm not even that impressive. So yeah, Occupy ICE updates are just like, I mean, I know LA, but like wherever you at, we're going to say it again, wherever the fuck you at, there's an Occupy ICE or some kind of Op ICE or something going on in your city, support it. If there's a camp, see what they need. I know, what was it, Seattle? They were getting kicked out. They needed bodies there. I hope people showed up. You know, in Texas, some shit similar to shit. I know in LA, we definitely need bodies. They need ice. It's so fucking hot. They need ice water. They need cold water. They need ice every day. They need food every fucking day. They need a surplus of food. And now they need chairs because the wonderful lady who brought a bunch of chairs, I don't know where she got them, but she needed them back to put them back to whoever she got them from. So they lost about like 11 or something chairs that were kind of needed. So if you could donate chairs, that would be awesome. I think I have a couple I might take down there when I go back, either tonight or probably tomorrow. I don't have the chairs with me right now, but I had to dig them out of storage. But yeah, I mean, get chairs. Like if you happen to cross the theater in the park, snatch some chairs, throw them in your trunk, bring them to Occupy ICE LA. We don't care where they come from.
Yep, chair's a chair.
Stuart's asking about just support your local Occupy ICE. Fuck ICE, you know. Talk is cheap, tweeting is good but still cheap. Show up in person. Even if it's just taking them a couple bottles of water, you know, whatever the fuck they need. You can get a case of 24 bottles of water pretty cheap, under $5, you know. If you can, I know everyone can't afford it, but if you can, something like that would just make a huge difference for some of these camps. You know, like a box of donuts one day, some cookies, or if you can, you know, a meal, have it delivered, bring it down, cook it, whatever you can do. And if you can't do any of that, go visit. And you know, I know, like we said before, some people are disabled and they can't do anything. Then go ahead and tweet and support, like however you can. But we do need. I know there's more people that are physically able to get their asses down there. I know there's enough people that can come up with $5 or $10 to bring something down there. Or donate. Do that shit. Don't hesitate. Because when it's gone. And all you're left with is fucking ICE buildings all over the fucking shit. And more people getting snatched up. And some Nazi-style tactics. Okay, Stuart is asking, will I post up on Twitter about the show stream? It might be on tomorrow. If I do it, I will. But like I said, Wolf Group will also post it. So like tomorrow, I would rather everybody go to Optimistic Terrorism and Wolf Group HQ at Wolf Group HQ than to any of our accounts, because they're the ones doing the work. They're the ones running Optimistic Terrorism. They're the ones taking all the risks. They're the ones that you need to support. Like, please follow them, help them any way you can, support them any way you can, even if it's just showing love. But yeah, follow Wolf Group HQ, and yeah, I will. If we do it, it will be on People's Radio. But it'll also be it'll be promoted on Wolf Group HQ. Any streams I get from there, anything, that's where everything's going to be. So that's the best place to go for it. We got a place to drop everything to them already. So there's going to be a lot of other people dropping streams and stuff. So that's kind of like the hub for tomorrow, I would say. Okie dokie. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Sorry we started on time, and sorry we're ending early, but it couldn't be helped. And we'll catch you all next week. Glenn will be gone a couple weeks, but I believe Nolan Hack's coming back, which will be awesome because I really miss Nolan. So, Glenn, have a great vacation, and thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you all I'll see you next week, and Glenn will see you guys in a couple weeks. Oh, and if you're up here next Wednesday, it's still happening. 6 p.m. Wednesday. I got everything together. All right, we're done.